folks, this is Jay. Hope you're okay today. It's good to be with you. I just want to say one or two things concerning Satan Brugengate and Theocracy. When he was debating Matt Delonte, he kind of was asked about did he believe in democracy, and he said theocracy, and everyone went and I went I thought that was not a smart move to say that, because everybody who would have been on your side would have been scratching their head as well. I just want to say my position. I believe in democracy. I believe democracy is going to fail because the human heart fails. But democracy is the best we have, and we have to try and make the most of it and promote freedom of speech. So I don't agree with theocracy because it would stop freedom of speech, and I don't agree with the way atheists have conducted themselves. Some atheists over the last year where they've taken away my freedom of speech. As you all know, I closed down my Atheist Examine channel, and that was because of 3 or 4 issues. One guy blogging about my mental health. He wasn't a psychiatrist, that was not right. Atheists setting up archive channels, taking away my free speech, and atheists threatening me in my own city centre. So I had to close my channel down. So yeah, so I don't agree with theocracy. I don't agree with atheism, because atheism, from what I see at the moment, they take away some people's freedom of speech. But I do believe in democracy. I believe freedom of speech for everybody who's committed to the democratic process. So that's what I believe. I believe passionate about that. I've done a lecture on that. That took me 6 months to research, called Democracy, Public Space and Street Preaching, and that is my definitive view on democracy. And it's very inclusive. I make it very clear that I'm all for gay, Muslim, any view that I disagree with. I'm all for them having their view of freedom of speech. Very, very passionate about it. So I take very great umbrance from these militant atheists who've taken away my freedom of speech, who have the temerity to accuse me of being this, that and the other, when I am absolutely committed to democracy, and I have done humongous, awesome academic research in the area of democracy, and given perhaps one of the most important lectures on democracy that's been given over the last 30 years. If people listen to that lecture, it's a very profound lecture. It's a lecture that's better than Zizek, better than Sam Harris, better than any of these intellectuals, and it's ahead of its time, and it took me 6 months to research, and it's an absolutely brilliant lecture. So I take great umbrage at militant atheists accusing me of this, that and the other, when I'm absolutely 100% committed to democracy, because I'm committed to freedom of speech. I'm committed to public space being available to everybody to exercise their right to freedom of speech. My right to freedom of speech has been taken away by these militant atheists. So there we are. So that's what I think to Satan Brugengate's theocracy. I just don't agree with it. If we had a theocracy, the Christians would just be bad as everybody else. They would just control everybody. So I don't agree with it. I think democracy is going to fail eventually, and Christ will come back. But until he comes back, we've got to make the best of a bad job. Alright, thank you for listening. Take care. I also think democracy is in decline these days, and I think the West is in decline. I don't think democracy is going to survive very much longer. Alright.